Hello, hello, welcome once more to episode 4 of the Camarilla Nightrunners. I am once more joined by my fantastic cast, and as per usual, we will go around the table and introduce everybody one at a time. I am Mike, your storyteller, and now we have Babel.
Hi, I'm Babel. I'm your Malkavian netrunner, and we will be getting up to potential shenanigans and maybe some hacking.
Ooh, and next up, but certainly not least, Lacey.
Hi, everybody. This is #LoveLacy, and I am your resident Toreador speaker extraordinaire, and I'm happy to see you tonight.
And Sable.
Hello, I am Sable of Clan Tremere, who is totally normal and can be trusted with your blood.
Before we start, I would like to remind everyone that this is a show for mature audiences. It may have depictions of violence, body horror, suicide, sexual themes, power imbalances, forced actions, gaslighting, and other taboo subjects. We urge you to watch it at your own discretion. Our table is trying to make you as comfortable as possible. I am aware of all my players' veils and lines, so if you need to take a break, please do so. I want to remind everyone that we are playing monsters, so whilst you may hate the characters, please do not hate the players. Bad decisions make good storytelling, after all.
What?
And, Babel, would you please reveal the card for this episode?
The card for this episode is the Priestess Reversed, which stands for... Oh. Sorry. Subterfuge and ignoring intuition.
Weirdly enough, our cards have been very accurate. I wonder if this will play into tonight's game. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
It's all about humanity.
Power comes in all shapes and sizes. It can come from money, strength, intelligence, ruthlessness. But with that power can come blindness, where you see things as below you or just too easy to be even bothering with. It's these things that can sneak up on you and rip away at the very foundation of your power. Empires have fallen for this very same reason. So what happens when the pillars of power begin to disappear? Please all roll me a rouse check. Lacey sticking to that diet?
Babel is a little hungrier tonight.
Okay.
Getting a bit hungrier as well.
So what is our current hunger levels?
2.
1,
3.
3. Getting close to the danger zone. But we start this episode off with Lacey. Lacey, you awake once more in your haven as the day turns to night. Which haven are you currently in?
Let's hang out at the gym.
The gym. Would you like to describe your gym haven for everyone, please?
Absolutely. So, my lovely gym, my lovely haven is a wonder to behold. For the common people who come in and just need a little bit of a taste, we have our atrium area with your basic workout equipment. Beyond a glass wall is our members-only area, where you get all the full experience, including premium blood testing to make sure that your blood sugar and electrolytes are on par before you try working out, honey. We want you in your top fitness all the way through before you, cost us liability. Back in the VIP area, there is at least one door that is employees only. And by employees, I mean employee. It leads to a downstairs area where, of course, I keep all of those lovely little blood samples for emergency cases.
And what is Lacey doing as she awakens from torpor this evening? Is there something she has in mind?
Yes, there is. First thing I am going to do is I am going to get nice and pretty, get nice and dressed, and I'm going to stretch, and I am going to reach out to my lovely coterie on Access.
So you boot up your agent and you search through your contacts. Who do you call first? Sable or Bubble?
Let's start with Babel.
Okay. Bubble, this evening you once more awaken in your haven. There's no banging on the door. There's no one trying to get in. There is, however, a banging on the windows as the rain from outside is heavy this evening. What does Babel do as she wakes up?
Hearing the rain, she'll just make a mental note that it's been going on for a very long time and that it's heavy, and heavy is not good. Heavy is a portent of something and she's not quite sure what. But something's definitely coming. Maybe not physically to her door because of no banging, which is a godsend, but she will be, once she's made that mental note, she will be checking her scans. She's got a program running to gather some information, so she'll probably check in on that as well, and check any messages that have been sent or left.
As you check for your scans, the exterior scans of your haven show no signs of anyone snooping about, just the normal foot traffic that would happen on a daily basis. Your search engine demon is still working away on trying to put up that information that Lacey had asked you to receive. But there is no massive changes in that. It still shows the same things you saw the other night. A couple of photographs of members of Maelstrom meeting with clandestine members of society, cloak and dagger, which is very, very strange for them. Whilst you have pictures clear as day of members of Maelstrom, the people they're meeting with, well, either they're very good or they just don't show up on camera just right.
Interesting.
Suddenly, as you're doddering about on your computer, checking your emails, a phone call pops up in your agent, and you see Lacey's number.
I'll answer it. Lacey,
Babel.
to what do I owe the pleasure?
I don't think you owe anyone anything, do you? I just wanted to check and see you were okay.
Dandy.
Good to know. Are you ready for Elysium?
Am I supposed to be doing something different than normal?
You would just go? You wouldn't have any preparation, no nothing?
I mean, I'll make sure my security systems are tight. What else should I be doing?
I will never understand you, but that's okay. I actually wanted to call and check in on a few other things, but knowing you, I assumed it was a secure line, but should that be a good assumption?
Things are never 100% secure, but you could talk a little freer than you would normally.
Fantastic. Did you also get the lovely invitation that apparently everyone in the tower did?
Oh, you got that too, huh?
So did our progem. Everyone in the tower did.
I think that answers your question.
Yes, it does. But also, you're a little smarter than most people in the tower when it comes to random files getting sent our way, so.
Are you attempting to flatter me?
I'm attempting to speak truth and find out if you know anything that I don't.
I don't know what you know, so I don't know if I know more than you know.
Okay. Fine. Is there anything that the tower security systems wouldn't have picked up on?
I think we've met the tower's security systems, and I'm pretty certain they picked up on an awful lot more than I could. Must make a note to go and check them again. There's an element of the anarchs to it. I don't know if you've picked up on that.
Well, I assumed as much, and that's something I'd like to talk about as well. But maybe you and me should get Sable, meet somewhere a little safer, private, because I got permission to do something very special that you and I are not going to like.
I can't wait.
Oh, let's call it returning to your roots.
If I could throw up, I would.
I know, sweetie, I know. But too many things are aligning Anarch, and better we get a jump on it, don't you think?
Sure.
If it helps, what particular flavor of crazy did you align with?
Do I need to answer that?
It's not like I dig through your files. That's your job.
Reapers.
Reapers. Very nice. Don't worry, we're not going to your neck of the woods.
Oh yeah.
No.
This bodes so well.
Which is why I asked if you were ready for Elysium, because if you hadn't gone clothes shopping yet, we're going to want to.
Oh goody.
Will you expect Rex to just let you in looking as fancy as you do?
This is not fancy.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, have you talked to Sable recently?
No, I've been busy.
Okay. Do we know if Heroes talked to Sable recently?
No.
Does Sable know anything of what happened?
Probably not. You're the face. I assumed that you would do you.
I was a little busy, you know,
Right.
getting the face back.
Yep. Sorry again.
Why are you sorry? Did you do something?
No, I did nothing.
Babel, please roll me a charisma and subterfuge.
Can I go manipulation instead?
I'll allow it.
Thank you.
And for you, Lacey, a what's insight?
I'm gonna burn a willpower, I think.
3 successes. Okay. one. You see, Bubble's tone shifts. Whilst normally they're quite monotone and very straightforward, very cylindrical, this time their voice wavers just ever so slightly. You don't know what they had to do with how you became a spicy chicken nugget, but you know they definitely had something to do with it.
Babble.
Lacey.
Is there anything you want to get off your unbeating chest?
Not really.
Okay. I've been given the wonderful advice that communication between coterie members is key to success.
We are communicating. You are saying words, I'm saying words back. That's communicating.
You are certainly saying certain words back.
Would you like me to say all of the words? That's a lot of communicating. I don't think we've got time for that right now. Didn't we have clothes shopping to do?
We did.
I can't wait. Let's get on that then right away. Yes.
I should. I wonder. I was told Miss Vera is a bit of a pyromaniac. Maybe I should ask her if she knows how a random person can just explode into flames.
Oh, there are many theories. Spontaneous human combustion's been recorded throughout human history all the time. Maybe it's crossed the barrier.
Pick a location. I'll get Sable.
I'll ping you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll shut my agent down.
Bubble,
Oh.
how do you feel after that phone call?
Not great.
Would you say that Lacey's line of questioning during that phone call, especially about being set on fire, would go against one of your own morals, as it were? Specifically about being caught.
Oh, I haven't been caught yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet, but it's very close.
Hope it remains so. Lacey, do you then ring Sybil?
Let me hit up my apple bloom.
Sybil, this evening you two will wake up in your haven, in your very well furnished and cozy room within the Tremere Chantry. You're awoken with a pang of hunger. You can feel the clawing in your throat. It's small at the moment. It's like an itchy throat, but you can definitely feel something trying its hardest to get out of you, to get a morsel of food. You awaken nearly famished, but you do not awake alone. As your eyes open in the doorway of your room, you see Arachne, your sire.
Good evening.
She doesn't say anything at the start. She simply looks over you. Were you having a lie-in?
What?
Were you having a lie-in? Normally you're up about this time.
Just, harder to wake up some days.
Yes, I've heard so. You have been very busy, haven't you? Minerva
Yes.
has been telling me many things.
Has she?
But she refused to tell me exactly what happened last week during her little ritual.
Well, she is a very private woman.
She is. But you were there. So,
I was there.
would you mind telling me ever so much, child, what happened and why she has not come out of her office in over a week?
She told me that there were complications. I didn't really know the nature of them.
There are complications with every ritual, but I have never seen one that has locked a regent in a room for a week. If she does not have the ability or the power to maintain control of this chantry, I will take it from her. I expect your backing on that.
We have cardamom for a reason.
And,
Of course, I would respect our rituals.
I either taught you too well, or you're starting to think on your own. Both are terrifying.
Aren't they?
Don't be upset. This wasn't a test. You didn't fail, you didn't pass. But I will find out what I need to find out.
Of course.
Anyway, I will leave you to your studies. I have to go to the tower this evening. The princess summoned me, which is always a fucking delight.
Oh, always.
Have a good evening, child.
You too.
And Arachne turns away and walks off. Now, Arachne has changed since the last time you saw her, and it has been some time. Where once her hair was dark and brown, it is now streaked with blonde. Her eyes have shifted from what were a dark green to a azure purple. She seems to have more scars on her face than she did previously. Especially ones going down the sides of her jaw. It looks like she's been in a fight. She has a smiling grimace of a scar going up the sides of her lips. She's dressed very plainly in just street clothes, as it were. Nothing fancy. And she walks away down the hall. And as she does, your agent begins to ring. And Lacey's number pops up.
Hi, this is Sable.
Hi, Sable.
Oh my gosh, it's so good to hear from you.
You too. How have you been? We haven't seen you since like a week ago.
Been very wrapped up in clan nonsense.
Ugh, isn't it the worst?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How are you
So
doing?
Sorry?
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. 100% so.
Okay.
So are you busy tonight?
Not particularly. I may require some assistance with a very short but private matter.
Well, I'm great at private matters, if I'm allowed to be. Fantastic. We are getting ready to prep for Elysium, and I'd love to fill you in on everything that happened in the mission because why wouldn't we? We don't like going in we're blind.
I'd love to know what happened.
Yeah, me too. Anyway, are you
Oh.
hungry? Have you eaten recently?
Yes, that is in part of the matter I wish to discuss.
Okay. Well, if you need, you should still have those protein bars. So if they'll tide you over, there's something.
Yeah, I'll give those a try.
If not, then I can bring a snack.
I would prefer to discuss that part in person.
All right. Well, when Battleset pings me over the location, I will send it your way.
Absolutely.
Are you ready for Elysium?
Not one bit. I have been so busy I haven't had a second to prepare.
Oh, well, that's fine. We're going clothes shopping anyway, because there's also a semi-personal matter that I'd like to drag us all into, of course, since I got permission to do it, and we'll need clothes for Elysium, of course, but also clothes for this.
All right, lots of shopping then.
Yeah. See you there.
See you there. Yeah, she'll eye the protein bars. She does set one aside. I can't remember. Did she have a mission to grab one of those?
She did, actually, yes.
Yeah, she's gonna set one aside for that. She's gonna look at the other one and she's gonna give it a sniff to see if it'll be useful to her, if it's something that she actually hungers for.
So, as you sniff this, you take it from the package. It does have an irony scent to it. It's not as sweet as you want it to be. But there is definitely traces of blood within this protein bar.
Would it proc my prey exclusion?
You'd have to try it to find out.
Oh, I thought you could sense it.
Roll me a wits and awareness.
Yeah, I can pop Auspex as well.
Oh yeah, do that. Get the full olfactory senses going. Get a good stiff.
It is 2 successes.
With 2 successes, you bring this to your nose and you smell it. You can definitely smell hints of vitae. Not just blood, but vitae.
Yeah, then she'll try to make it last for multiple bites.
Okay. As you bite into it, there is a strange sensation in your mouth. It is a mixture of both elation and disappointment, as the protein bar itself tastes like ash and dirt. But the more you bite, that sweet sensation, that sweet taste of kindred vitae comes through. To get a full hunger back, you will need to eat the entire bar.
Yeah, she used to make it last like 3 bites as opposed to unhinging her jaw like a snake like she wants to. Like,
yeah. And by the time
me
you
and like
finish,
Snickers.
Oh yeah. And by the time you finish the bar, that scratchy sensation in the back of your throat dissipates and disappears. And you can mark 1 hunger off.
That's better.
However,
Alright, feeling a little less insane, she preps to leave and meet up.
However,
Oh.
there is a strange feeling that encompasses you. Lacey, she's really nice, isn't she?
She is really nice.
Babel, have you decided where you'll be going this evening with the little gang, your little coterie?
My initial idea, if we were going clothes shopping, was to go to Jinguji. And then I remembered that Lacey said something about potentially slumming it. So I thought that Tom's Diner is probably a better call, because then we can go to the markets in Kabuki.
Okay. And do you let the rest of your coterie know this?
I will ping a message to Lacey, assuming that she's the linchpin, and just say Tom's Diner.
I will pass that location on to Sable.
Okay.
She'll head that way.
So, we will make our way to Kabuki and Watson, to which each of you now know, or if you've been paying attention, is within Malkavian territory. How do each of you get there? I assume various taxis and the like.
Bubble will take the end card.
Okay. Lacey, how do you get there?
Let's walk it.
Okay.
Wait, is it raining?
It is raining.
Car it is.
Car it is. And Sable, do you get one of the Gould to drive you?
Absolutely.
Okay. And each of you arrive within your own time. Each of you pull up outside or get off the Amtrak and walk to Tom's Diner. Tom's Diner is a place reminiscent of what you would see in a 50s diner on television. It's very rustic, it's very well shaped. As you walk in, there are stools at small tables and a rather fat man behind the counter smoking a cigarette whilst dishing over some hamburgers. Lacey, you enter, and you see a throng of people talking, chatting, eating, drinking. Hey! Put that fucking thing down! You see the man behind the counter with the cigarette in his mouth shout at a young couple as he waves a gun about. I told you! Put that... And the gun goes off. For fuck's sake! Put it down, kid! And he reaches under the table. You see the fear on the kid's getting. Yeah, no problem, Chum, no problem. He tries to put it into his pants. This young man knows nothing of gun safety. And may in fact blow some balls off at some point. Do you find a small booth to yourself?
Yes, if I could find a booth closer to the back, where, or at least an area where is at least another booth between us and another person.
Yep, there is a small booth in the corner of the room able to seat 4 people. There's no one in the neighbouring booth beside it.
Hopping in.
Next to enter would be Sable, as whilst the Amtrak is good, a chauffeured car is much better.
Right. Well, as she's just kind of had her aspects up, she was probably a little later to arrive out of nervousness of hearing a gunshot, but after not hearing subsequent ones, she slowly makes her way inside, lights up when she sees Lacey, and kind of runs her way on over. Hey!
Oh, nice hustle. Hello.
Hello! Oh gosh. So good news. The matter I had discussed is less urgent now. Your bars were exceptionally filling.
Good. If you ever need any more, you let me know.
I will happily take you up on that and would also be happy to compensate you for them.
No compensation needed. You're part of my people. You're part of our coterie with me. We're supposed to be friends. Why would I want you to go hungry?
I appreciate that. If there's ever anything I can do for you.
Well, trust me, you'll be paying me back tonight by not killing me.
I would never.
Oh, we'll see.
As Lacey says that, Bobble, you enter Tom's Diner.
I pause in the doorway just a second. And addressing the guy behind the counter. Shroom, how you been? It's been forever. You doing okay?
Yeah! Anastasia, how you doing?
Hey, can't complain. No one fucking listens anyway, am I right?
You're right. Want the usual?
Yeah, you know it. I'll be down there with those ones. Can you give us a round?
Yeah, no problem.
That person looks just like
Perfect.
Babel.
Bubble will walk to the booth.
Oh god.
Good evening.
Oh my god, you can't lie.
I'm a little hurt that you think I couldn't.
Oh no, I know you can. I was just being facetious.
Oh, I know. I was just being a bitch.
Aw, I'm honored.
I'm not. What are we doing?
Sitting currently.
You have business to discuss, yes?
Yes, do you want to do so standing where everyone's staring at your ass, or do you want to plant said ass in a chair?
Should look behind her.
No one is staring at you. They are watching a murder ball game on television.
I guess I'll sit down regardless.
National sport?
Never been my thing. So, Babel, do you want to tell Sable what happened?
With what?
Well, our mission, obviously.
I'd love to hear what went on.
We went and procured some bodies that were otherwise lost. Played with some Arasaka fools. Done and done. Am I missing important details?
And to what end?
When the tower says jump, you don't ask how high.
So it was under orders from the... Okay.
Am I missing something?
Well, I would think some important things.
Such as?
Well, such as, yes, I suppose our mission was successful. We can only talk about so much of it, obviously. Were you able to get all the water out of your ears, Babel? Are you okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. The long and short of it is we will be probably staying away from the warehouse district for quite some time.
There was an incident?
There was an incident at Arasaka waterfront. We need to wait for it to cool down.
I see.
Yes, an incident involving water, fire, and quite a bit of screaming.
This was not a stealthy mission, I take it.
The intent was definitely there at the beginning. You know how missions go.
I don't think
figuring it
that was how missions are supposed to go, but it's how ours went.
In lieu of a cohesive plan, sometimes things must be improvised.
Yes, like jumping down a sewer.
Ah.
Speaking of that, the whole kerfuffle. Hero's not here, so I can't let him in on it. But, Babel, can you hit me, please? Or Sable, one of you. I'm just trying to prove a point.
That you want to be hit?
I want something to hit me, yes. As hard as you can. You can shoot me if you like, but I think our friend might get mad.
Yeah, we don't want to piss him off. I will reach over the booth and I will attempt to punch.
Strength brawl.
Nope. So I got 2 zeros both on hunger dice. And that's it. That I was only rolling hunger dice.
Roll me a 1d10
1d10.
and tell me if it's a success or a failure.
It's a failure.
You now suffer from compulsion.
Oh, yay.
It is not your clan compulsion. It's a compulsion to do harm. You are at a -2 dice pool to anything but causing harm to someone or something within your immediate vicinity. Hey, Stasi, she causing you trouble? You see the guy walk over with 3 plates in one hand, one big arm, and 3 bottles in another. And he puts them down on the table.
As my fist connects with Lacey's face, I'll not even look at Lacey and just shoot back at the guy and go, "Not anymore, my man, you know? Trouble solved."
Hey, that's all right. You three lads, all right? You all good?
Pre-doom.
Lacey will pretend that she is gravely injured. Yeah, I learned my lesson.
Don't I recognize you from TV?
No, not on TV.
All right. Well, 3 synth burgers, 3 beers, save the ash. You know the usual. I'll come back for the bill.
Of course.
He turns and he walks off behind the grill once more.
How's your hand?
Fine. What did we learn?
Okay, so maybe not the best way for the most insightful person. What's the best way for me to do this? How good are you at scanning for all of our loveliness?
I mean, I can try and analyze you on the network, if that's what you mean.
No, that's boring. The long and short of it is one of my upgrades that I spent quite a bit of money on was to ensure that if anyone decides to take issue with me physically, they'll have a significantly harder time of doing so.
Right.
That's good.
Including shooting me.
That's very good.
to know.
Yes, and that was my whole point, was you don't have to worry about me getting hurt. So,
Good.
I wanted to thank you and Hero for doing your best. Without knowing that I couldn't be hurt as easily that way, you still tried to help me, so I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Oh, I burst into flames.
What?
It was a great time.
There's
I'm fine!
There's a cheer from the crowd as Lacey says she bursts into flames.
There is a start that I'm glad I'm at a little less hunger than before.
There was a moment I lost eye contact, something happened, she burst into flames.
Something happened.
I
I
bit
don't
into
know.
a guy.
It all happened so fast.
I'm fine. See? Look, you can test me if you want. Dr.
And
Fazbear already cleared me.
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. So since we're on the topic of, ooh, I can do this secret thing, is there anything I should know about with you guys?
I have new hacking capacities. I upgraded my deck.
Nothing particularly fun. Or at
That's
least new.
disappointing.
Alright. So, what do we want to talk about first? Do we want to talk about the random invitation? Do we want to talk about the body snatching? Or do we want to talk about anything else?
What have we got to do tonight? You said clothes shopping because we've got to go somewhere. that apparently we can't be dressed thusly.
How do you feel about going to see Rex and their anarch buddies?
So, Bobble, you would recognize the name Rex,
Mm-hmm.
especially when it comes to Anarch gang members. From your time as a Reaper, you knew that your gang leader, Cookie, and Rex had never ever saw eye to eye. There was quite a rivalry going on there.
Yep.
Sybil, Rex, who are they?
Why?
I remember when I told the sheriff that I had it on good authority that certain things were happening in anarch circles.
Yes.
Yeah. My Primogen is also now on that track and agrees that it may be in our best interest to find out what Rex and her friends know, considering they very likely share a benefactor with the assholes who keep pulling bullshit for our side. On top of it, Rex has a very knowledgeable hand in a particular industry that may come in handy with what we saw at the docks.
Huh. Okay. At some point we should talk about our shared history, perhaps, but tonight's not the night.
Tonight might end up being the night, but yeah.
I really hope not, for everybody's sake.
Yeah, me too. But regardless, we get to pretend to be anarchs tonight. Woo!
Yay.
Yay.
How
If
long has it
nothing
been
else-
for you?
Hmm?
How long has it been for you?
Long enough.
Not so much for me. I'm just hoping that Rex doesn't recognize me is all.
Something tells me I can keep them preoccupied enough. After all, a
Sure
spoiled
you can.
child with their hand in the cookie jar usually gets more attention than her friends.
Mm-hmm. So what's the plan?
I mean, what's my plan or your?
Well, you're the dancing monkey for this. We're just the chorus behind you. So what are we doing?
Never degrade yourself to chorus. You're a techie.
Right, so I'm doing lighting. Cool.
We need to find out what Rex and the Bloody Disciples know, if anything, if they have any connections to this operation or any kind of ties to it. The easiest way is to obviously ask them outright, get them talking, which I can do quite easily, but let's be honest, they're not going to be straightforward with any of us.
With good reason.
Correct.
So what do you need from Sable and I? If you can just waltz on in and get him to spill.
I don't know if I can. Like I said, it's been a while. I don't know how they feel about me anymore.
Right.
I'd like to not die, but if you two are uncomfortable going in with me or even keeping an eye on my vitals, then I won't force you.
I'm not at all uncomfortable.
Do I
Okay,
look
you can
uncomfortable? Do I look uncomfortable?
You don't
Yes.
look anything, sweetie.
Mission accomplished.
Right. So I can definitely at least try and distract them all enough to get you into their systems.
Right.
What would you like to do?
Doing counterintelligence?
Yes, I believe that would be the best way to put it. We want to find out what they know, how they're moving. Or if they truly are just a bunch of head cases with really bad rocker hair, then yay, we get a free concert.
Or right. So, what I'm surmising is you go in, cause a physical distraction, as you see fit, and Sable and I attempt to infiltrate and get as much information as possible on anything of interest.
Primarily her recent trafficking operations and any money flow, where it's going and who it's coming from.
Got it.
Or anything else you might like.
So one of us can do that. One of us needs to keep an eye on you.
A side eye is fine. Again, I'm not trying to control everything. I'm just here to have a good time.
Well, if this is an infiltration mission, then we need to make contingency plans, because if they've got countermeasures in place, chances are we're going to hit them. And if we hit them, you're in physical danger, upgrades or otherwise.
Any ideas?
Oh, plenty. I'm swimming with ideas. The questions are what pertinent. So, you go in. If you'll allow me to connect to your vital systems, I can keep that up in my agent, but I won't be able to hear you.
I can do that. Sable, is there anything you'd like?
If that's the case, I can be one of the people staying more physically nearby in case things go poorly, and do what I can remotely, with Babel being the one most plugged into their interface.
Good. We should probably stay away from mentioning anything having to do with the animals. Just in case.
Understood.
Sounds good.
But aside from that, I'm excited. Are you excited?
Thrilled.
I love a music venue.
This mission should be much easier than the last. Knock on some wood.
If we can avoid spontaneous combustion, I think it'll be a success mission.
I don't know, it depends who we set on fire.
Pre-mediated combustion isn't so bad.
It shouldn't take more than, what, an hour, maybe an hour and a half? What else would we like to do tonight?
No, I don't have much on my part.
I promised to send some code to somebody, and I haven't done that yet. So that might be something that I can do when I package up whatever it is that we are doing, but nothing major.
Is there anything that I can do to help facilitate that for you, Babel?
There really isn't.
Okay.
But
Well,
I appreciate the heck out of the sentiment. I'm trying, okay?
I appreciate it. So, are you guys ready to go turn into anarchs for the night?
Don't tell my clan.
No. We're good. We're covered. Nyx has us covered. We're on
Wonderful.
request from her.
I should tell Paradox.
I'm sure Paradox already knows.
I should still tell her. You guys know how precarious my situation is. You of all people know how precarious my situation is. If I'm not 100% above board...
I know. That's why I did this.
I'll
Oh,
shoot a message off to Paradox.
side
Crossing the train tracks. Be back later.
You get a message back almost immediately. I know. Choo choo.
Side note,
And then
we
you
have
get a
emergency.
picture sent to you
Mm-hmm.
of the three of you sat at a table.
Mm-hmm.
And then a second picture of Paradox smiling with you three behind them.
Barbara will just raise a middle finger behind her head.
You get an emoji back.
And then she'll look.
You see Paradox sat at the bar, at the diner table, beside the young man who was waving his gun. She leans over and whispers a few things into his ear and gets up and begins to walk towards the table that you're at. Veers out and then into the street as the bell rings and a gunshot goes off. And the young man falls off the chair onto the floor holding his crotch as blood begins to pour down his legs. I fucking told you! Gun control, motherfucker! The large man comes from behind the diner table and grabs the young screaming, crying man and drags him out into the street and throws him into the night. Messing up my fucking diner.
The corner of Bagel's mouth just twitches.
This city never ceases to amaze.
Right, so we're splitting a Suber.
Sure.
Sounds good.
Brill.
I'll just be a second.
Take your
And I'll
time.
Get up from the booth and stand next to Paradox.
Well, she's outside in the rain on the street.
Oh, she's outside? Okay. Then I will go and pay the bill.
Hey, you sure you want to pay for this? You didn't even eat any of it, Stasi.
It's not your cooking, my man. It's, the weather gets me down every time, you know.
Hey, I know it's not my cooking. Fat Tony never disappoints.
Right. Give it to the next guys. I don't care, you know.
Yeah, pass it on
fine.
sort of thing. I get you.
Yeah.
Very noble of you.
What can I say? I'm a noble fucker.
Hey, someone clean that mess up, fuck's sake.
Keep it real.
Yeah, you too, kid.
I'll go step outside.
And as you do, you walk over the body of a young man still holding his crotch and rolling side to side. It's crying in pain. No one really paying him much attention.
I might give him a little kick as I walk over him.
Ah! Can't you see him? Oh, I only got this new implant. Fuck! And on the corner, just seemingly standing under a streetlight, you see the purple-haired, short Malkavian primogen, just standing with her arms behind her back, swinging back and forward, waiting on something.
Evening.
Hello, Anastasia.
Hello, Paradox.
You got something to say?
To what do I owe the pleasure? Or did you just happen to be here for shenanigans? And she'll nod back at the body.
Coincidental. I knew you'd be here and I decided to have some fun.
Fair enough. Anything I should know about this little jaunt?
Beware the large wave. They are not what they seem.
I'd say understood, but I fear that will come in time. Or rather, I hope.
Perhaps, I don't know. It just came to me. pulls up. It's a little taxi. You can see the little automatic driver in the front seat. Well, have a good night. I have something to do.
Good evening.
She gets into the car and it drives off.
I will stand under the lamplight and put my arms behind my back and look like I'm waiting for something.
Lacey and Sable. What were you two doing as Baba was talking to Paradox?
Poe's mostly waiting to get the ride sorted. A little confused as to why Babel just wandered off, but you know, Malkavians, I guess.
Is there any questions you want to ask now that it's just us?
I admit I have a bit of a limited grasp on what's going on. Hopefully, stuff will be figured out in time.
If you want. This is only because I don't know why you seem more trustworthy than the others. I used to know a guy, also really big influencer, who was really good at brain dances. Pretty sure he was either Tremere or Ministry. Either way. I can take what I remember and send it your way so you get a first-hand account. And I will cut off once the things get a little too spicy.
You have no idea what happened?
I have an inkling. We went in, we got in, assessed the situation, and there were two very aggressive people guarding their princess in a castle, princesses, whatever. The plan initially was I would do what my clan does best. Talk, keep them distracted, while Babel and Hero do what they do best. Recon, intel, and get our people the fuck out. Unfortunately, I'm not as good as I thought I was, I guess. Or, like I said, we didn't have enough intel on each other. And while I had the larger of the two busy, the other got sus and fired off a shot. Hero cared enough to worry, fired off a shot back, and all hell broke loose.
I see.
So I jumped back, used one of the assholes as a snack round. And the next thing I know, everything's on fire. So I'm assuming it was his tech or something else happened.
Oh, it makes sense. Something on him. That's good to know.
Next thing I know, I'm waking up in Dr. Fazbear's office, and she tells me the mission was successful halfway, and that everything's fine.
That's good. All right.
We also have an emergency haven if we need it. It's over in my people's territory, but it'll help.
Excellent. Well, hopefully we can get this nastiness with the Anarchs all done and sorted tonight.
Yeah. Sable, however I act tonight, please let it just stay tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm glad you say that. You get an alert that your Suber has arrived.
Perfect. Ooh, super.
Wonderful.
Super. Ooh. Let's go.
So boo-boo?
And you,
What?
and you leave.
Did she just ooh me?
You leave and you see Babel standing under the streetlights, the car in front of her. You see the young man still rolling on the ground, holding his crotch. You see someone talking to him now, but it's more like a robbery. And you make your way into
Gross.
the Super. And Lizzie, you punch in the destination of Rancho Colorado, Santo Domingo, Mega Building H7, the headquarters for the Bloody Disciples. And we will return after this break.
Hello, my lovely blooming buds. We are so happy you're here with us today. Are you enjoying yourself? Are you sweating yet? No? Well then, maybe there's something more we can do for you. Get a warm up, stretch your body, sip some water to keep from wilting, and take that newly energized body over to our Linktree. Why the Linktree? Why not the Linktree? It has our Patreon where you can help fertilize this garden to help it grow bigger, brighter, and more beautiful. And whether you're an expert on all things in this lovely plot of ground or just learning the difference between roses, snakes, dragons, and oh so many more, you can peep on our renegade links to enrich your already sparkling brain. This has been your hashtag #LoveLacey, and remember to keep your body busy, busybody.
Welcome back. Where last we left off, our young coterie had decided to infiltrate an anarch hideout to hopefully gather some information. Now, what could possibly go wrong? So, we open up once more on the streets of Rancho Coronado as the Subaru pulls up to a large mega building. Mega buildings in Night City have been around for a long time. They normally hold a capacity of about 128,000 people at any one time, with several floors reaching upwards into the sky. Mega Building H7 is no different. As the three coterie members leave the car and look up into the skyline, they see the large 07, identifying it to everyone and anyone around. It is busy. There are people outside milling about, talking, walking, going home. There are stalls selling food and other wares such as clothing, some black market weaponry. But it seems peaceful, at least. Lacey, you're aware of where the Bloody Disciples hold their rituals, as it were. The very, very top floor. So they have an eye for everything below them. How do you proceed?
Okay, we need to get top floor. I'm getting really tired of skyscrapers. I'm getting tired of elevators.
They are a arduous part of the trek.
Yeah. Any requests, or do we want to just head right up?
Well, they already know that we're here, I'm guessing. I'll look around for security cameras.
It doesn't take long. There are many. within the lower floor, looking over the stalls, the people, the entrances, the exits, the streets.
So, element of surprise is not on us. And they'll be prepared for all three of us, so I can't splinter off and jack in.
Well, not immediately, but I am good at many things, but making a scene is definitely top of my list. And it is a concert most of the time, so...
Babel,
Okay.
I think if you're not making a huge fuss about it, I mean, with everything else going on, they probably won't notice.
Well, it depends on whether or not they've got a sleeper. What do you know about their systems?
Let's see.
To your... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
From what you remember, Rex at least boasted that she had full control of this building. And you know that Rex's gang is not simply just a group of kindred. There are numerous mortals, kind, that are a part of this gang. Same with most of the other gangs. There are humans who are involved with them. And most of the residents within this building are a part of the disciples.
Well, tech-wise, not too terribly much, but I can tell you that there isn't a single person in this building that isn't part of the BDs, kind or kindred otherwise.
Okay.
And where their eyes are, we can assume Rex's eyes are.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason that she and the Bloody Disciples were such a pain in you guys' ass.
Not my ass.
Take your word for it. Right. Shall we go make acquaintances, if nothing else?
Sure.
Sounds good.
All right. I still told this to Sable, but I'll say it to you as well, Babel. Don't hold how I act tonight against me.
As I would hope you don't hold how I acted at the diner against me.
I was impressed at the diner.
Like I said, don't hold it against me.
Of course not. Here goes everything.
The three of you then begin to enter the building. And as you do, you can see upwards a large open floor plan of floors upon floors upon floors that seem to go on forever. It could even give you vertigo just looking upwards. You hear voices and laughter and people going about their daily business. At the far end there is a cargo elevator, one of those old school ones.
Oh, I hate this thing. Up we go.
As you press the button for the elevator come down, it takes some time. And you watch as the people sail by. Can I have a wits awareness from all of you?
That'll be 4.
Oh wait, -2. Fuck.
Right.
That's pretty good. 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Lacey and Sable, as you're walking and waiting by this elevator, you can feel eyes upon you, watching you from all corners of the courtyard, as it were. Stallers and buyers stop, stare for a second as you walk past. Babble. You, on the other hand, you notice a pair of eyes glued directly on all three of you. You see a pale blue glow in their agent, and they're talking very quietly, but you can sort of hear, or at least read the lips. She's here.
They've clocked us, they're telling them.
That surprises you?
No, just someone's telling upstairs. Specifically, she's here.
And as Bubble, you tell the group that you've been clocked, doesn't take long before you can hear the sound of barking. And the elevator doors open up. And inside there are two people. One holding a large canine of undiscriminate nature on a leash. Lacey, you recognize the two of them. You recognize the man holding the dog. He's an Asian man with his hair tied back in a top knot, a long greyish coat going down to his feet. You see a katana coming down the side, and beside him you see a blonde woman in a black leather jacket that is not tied up to the front, and she is not wearing a t-shirt. She is just wearing the leather jacket and leather trousers. You recognize Tsunami and Electra, two members of the Bloody Disciples. Tsunami doesn't say anything to the three of you. Electra, on the other hand, cocks a gun. Get the fuck in, Licks.
Touchy. Understandably. But at least it's good to see at least some people in this city still have style. You two look good. And she'll head in.
Follow behind.
Follow.
The elevator doors close. Tsunami walks across and presses a button. The dog goes up to the three of you, straining at the leash as it barks. Down. The dog doesn't really pay attention to his master. There's something about the three of you that sets it off. He wraps his hand around the leash and pulls tighter until the dog yelps slightly and sits down by its master's legs. Its eyes on the three of you.
Bubble's eyes are just fixed on the dog.
Good to know he's still good at his job.
Why are you here? You hear Tsunami say.
Because someone's tarnishing reputations, and I would as much as I may not be here much anymore, I figure it's something you all should be aware of before it causes more problems for you. Call it a family favor.
Electra looks at Tsunami and laughs. And you think 3 Camarilla sluts are gonna help us?
No, I think 3 camp sluts are the ones who are going to tell you that the benefactor that you all are sharing is pushing in on your money turd. and the camera focus are seeing that, and unfortunately, they're not going to look to some rando. They're going to look to their favorite target.
Electra walks straight up to you, Lacey, and pushes you against the elevator door. It's not a soft push. If you did not have a certain piece of cyberware, this would have cracked your back as the elevator shakes from the impact. She pulls the gun and points it to the bottom of your chin. You left. You are a traitor. I should dust the fucking three of you right here and right fucking now. Give me one.
You can test that at your own convenience.
She looks directly at Sybil. And who the fuck are you?
Mine.
She doesn't look at Lacey. She keeps looking at Sybil.
For your sake, I hope you never have to find out. Put the gun down.
Are you trying to intimidate her?
Sure.
Okay. Roll me.
Wonder if I have any dots in that. No, I don't.
Okay. So how are you trying to intimidate her?
I don't know. That's just what she said.
Okay. Roll me your manipulation and intimidation.
Okay, are there downsides for not having any dots in something?
No, just roll me your
right.
manipulation.
You don't have dice to roll.
Alright. I know some systems have that.
No.
I'm gonna buff.
Yeah.
Just let me roll that first. So I might as well actually try to not make a fool out of myself. Oh, hot. Alright. And then, what does willpower in the system do again?
It allows you to re-roll up to 3 dice.
Alright, we'll see what I get first then. Alright, we're gonna re-roll failures. Alright, got 3 successes.
3 successes. She smiles. It's a shame you work for the wrong crowd.
Electra.
What?
Yes, I left. Yes, I'm a traitor. I'm not denying that, nor would I even try. But I'm here because you need the info, Vex needs the info, and if you wanted to dust me, you would have already.
The reason I haven't is because Rex wants to hear what you have to say. And perhaps an apology for leaving. I don't fucking know.
I am of better use to the disciples right where I am. Otherwise, I'd be dead, wouldn't I?
We'll see.
Now, if you could kindly remove your muzzle from my pretty chin, that'd be lovely. Unless you'd like to continue this foreplay with everyone watching.
She does. She backs away once more, no longer aiming the gun at your throat.
Thank you.
Tsunami looks at the three of you. I may not be as forward as my friend here, but Rex is very curious. I will have to search you for weapons.
I am a weapon, sweetie, but have at it.
There is no amusement on this man's face. He is as stone-walled as Babel. He walks over to you and begins to search thoroughly.
So, Electra What's the dog's name and what's your name?
Electra looks at you. Well, first of all, who the fuck are you?
Tonight you can call me Anastasia.
Alright. Anastasia. That's Tsunami and that's Cujo.
Lovely to make your acquaintance.
Is Lacey trying to hide anything?
Nope, Lacey will show them flat out. Here's my butterfly knife, here's my pistol.
Okay. Is Bobble trying to hide anything?
Bubble has nothing to hide.
Tsunami looks at your arm. Your cyber deck. Hand it over.
And it's attached.
Takes out his sword. And you? He looks at Sybil. Is Sybil trying to hide anything?
No. She's got some tech in her backpack, including a battery. But nothing that kind of outwardly shows as a weapon.
Okay. And as the elevator goes up and up and up and finally it stops, the doors open and you're greeted with another sight of several men and women with high-powered rifles and shotguns and automatic weapons waiting for you. Move.
Good to be home.
And as you come out, you see that this floor has been retrofitted. Normally it's 16 apartments within a single floor, but this one only has one door. Straight ahead. The people, the men and women, part to allow the three of you past, with Tsunami and Electra and Cujo behind you. As they get towards the door opens automatically. As you walk in, it reveals a large, spacious apartment, or what seems to be several apartments with the walls knocked inward. Before the window, there is a large table, and at the table there are 6 people. At the head of the table, you see Rex. And Rex sits there, her blue eyes looking at the three of you. Her hair is shaven on one side, coming down to the right, black with tints of red in it. She's wearing a leather jacket with spikes over the shoulder. Plain clothes, jeans, boots, smoking a cigarette. Around her you see a ginger man with sunglasses on, another man with long brown hair who's really handsome. You see a woman who is standing by the window smoking a cigarette with long red hair and what looks to be augmented arms, and another woman who stares at y'all, extremely stern-faced. She looks relatively young compared to the rest of them. She has short black hair and is wearing like a crop top cut off at the arms. Drop them. You see as Tsunami comes round, collects your backpack, collects your knife and gun, and looks at Bubble. You make a move for that and I will take your arm, and then your head.
Understood.
Rex begins to speak. Well, the wayward daughter has finally returned. And she brought guests. Are these meant to be my new children? Are they coming to join the disciples?
Not yet, I don't think. Convincing still needs to be done, but I figure step one to that is let them meet Mommy.
Funny. Sit down, Lacey. We have a lot to discuss. Give me the room. The others get up and start to walk to separate parts of the apartments, leaving chairs for the three of you to sit at.
Bubble will sit.
Sable sits.
So, to what do I owe the pleasure of 3 tower individuals coming to me?
Well, let's be honest, you have eyes pretty much everywhere, so if I tell you something you already know, you'll have to forgive me. I just figured it might be good courtesy.
And this could not have been done over an email.
You really think that if I send an email to you, I'm not gonna get dusted?
Coming here could get you dusted.
I have my ways, Rex. You taught me well.
Yes, I did. But you have spent a lot of time within the tower, and I have not got one iota of information on their workings and
Well,
dealings.
then here's some information for you. Are you aware someone's moving in on your particular favorite business venture?
What do you mean?
Kindred are being stolen and marketed.
I heard about an auction.
Not an auction. At least not that I can tell.
So you're telling me that Cecilia is not the one taking Kindred off the streets, it's somebody else.
I don't know what Cecilia's doing. All I know is there's a bunch of bloodbags who think that they have any kind of say over this city. And for some reason, my little birdies tell me that the same people paying them are the same people paying you.
What do you mean?
Now, Rex, you and I both know that Camarilla will sooner look at you and us rather than look at some low-life human with a crossbow.
I'm sorry, I feel you're forgetting the power dynamic here. You do not get to talk to me in any way, shape, or form like you want to. Do
My
it
apologies.
again with that tone, and I will come across this table and take your fucking head, you stupid little girl.
Understood. My apologies. Like you said, I've been in the tower quite some time. It gets into your head.
It does. Perhaps it's time you came home.
My mission's not quite done yet.
She looks at Bobble and Sybil. And these two?
Allies, friends, as much as they can be.
And what do you two know of our dealings? She looks at both Bobble and Sybil. She then puts a finger towards Lacey. Do not talk.
Of your particular dealings?
Yes.
What I gathered from a rival gang when I was with them. Nothing of modern or more recent evenings. Lacey's rather stoic and closed-lipped when it comes to former lives and their stories.
I would fucking hope so. She's a plant.
My shocked face.
And you said a rival gang. You used to run with someone?
Used to run with the Reapers. Emphasis on the used to.
So what, Cookie thought you'd go well with the tower and decided she'd make a good plant?
Cookie stopped making things fun a while ago, and I looked for more interesting adventures.
Well, she's making my life a living fucking hell, and I would very much like to know where she is.
Well, maybe I can assist you with that if you take the finger off the button of our friend Lacey here. If you would see it fit to do so. Of course.
Maybe, depending on if your information is good.
My information is always good. It's what people do with it that differs.
Amusing. And you?
I make it a habit to not ask more than I need to know. If Lacey is a plant in a house I occupy, she's not a plant in the house I care about. So that is of no concern of mine.
Well, that was a very stoic answer. And did you used to run with a gang as well?
No.
Oh, you're a Camarilla thoroughbred, are you?
My loyalty is to house and clan.
What clan is that?
Clan Tremere.
One of those ones. You know, I'm sure I have someone here who would love to introduce themselves to you. Isn't that right, Arcane? You see the man with the brown, long hair, the very handsome one, pop up from behind the wall. No. If she's House Tremere, she's a boring bitch.
So noted.
So, the three of you come here to tell me things that I could possibly already know. People are stealing kindred off the streets. Well, no one has taken any one of mine, so why the fuck should I care? Yes, speak, Lacey. She rolled her eyes.
I just wanted to make sure. Well, there's a couple of reasons you might not to care, but who am I to say what you will or will not? The first is that the waterfront's the primary target right now. That's where their primary operation is.
Arasaka.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling
The second.
me Arasaka are taking people, taking kindred.
Something tells me it may not be Arasaka. Like I said, they're kind and well-trained kind. But they keep masking themselves, so... Who
If I
knows?
might,
Oh, yes.
one of the operations that we saw, there was Arasaka, Maelstrom, and also Valentino's working together.
Interesting. Perhaps Arasaka are paying for solos from those gangs.
Potentially, nomads are also involved from time to time, is my understanding, though they tend to be younger and newer inclusions.
Nomads do make good getaway drivers, and if they are taking people off the streets, then getting away as fast as possible would be ideal.
They tend to know all the secret hidey holes as well.
That they do. Hell, most of them helped build this city.
Indeed.
And the second
Also-
thing, yeah.
Secondly, while I'm unaware where we may be currently pushing towards, if sources currently are correct and all these different people are working together, I figured it might be beneficial if we could turn the tower's guns on them and free up some more space for you.
So, you're coming here and you're telling me about Arasaka and whoever the fuck else taking kindred. Not only that, you're offering help me get rid of Fangs, Cookie, Hannibal, Nova.
I'm offering to at least help you eliminate competition in one sector. Whoever is taking more money from your benefactor and now nudging in on our business. And by our, I mean our, not our.
You keep talking about this benefactor. Who told you about a benefactor?
Birdies is the easy answer. People within the cam who dig their noses into places they shouldn't is the other.
Roll me. Manipulation subterfuge.
Okay, I have 7 dice pulled for this. Thank God. Come on, internet. 7 successes. 7.
Well, I would very much like for you to point out these birdies and these Camarilla licks that are looking into my business so they can be properly dealt with. A list,
Absolutely.
if you would.
As soon as I have one. I'm not as tech savvy as I'd like to be yet. I'm just very good at rumors,
She
and I hear
goes
things.
to the table, opens it, and pulls out a paper pad and a pen and pushes it towards you. Write them down instead.
Bobble recoils because ew, hard copy.
I believe I just said, and again, no disrespect intended. Most of it's through rumor chain. I don't have direct sources yet.
Then tell me who told you the rumors and I'll find out myself.
Really, Rex? It doesn't... They're not exactly close-knit in the tower. You hear what you hear. You walk through Elysium, you walk through the clubs, you hear what you can. There's a reason I'm good at what I do. I wouldn't warn you if it wasn't important.
Her eyes narrow at you. She keeps the paper and the pen there.
I promise you I will give you at least one source as soon as I can. As soon as I find out a name and I can give it to you safely without them figuring out I was the one who did it. They're scanning every person right now as a mole.
Then you better not get found out.
Working on it, you're making it kind of hard.
How? How is my business interfering with anything you're doing?
I mean, in this exact moment, this
You're
would be hard. This
the
would
one.
make it harder.
Well, you're the one that decided to bring 2 people into this. Not me.
I wanted them to meet you. I'm sorry that that's a bad move.
Well, I'll make sure.
I wanted you to see the people I run.
I'll make sure before the end of this evening that they do not forget me.
Rex, there's something else. The business is going well.
Good. I saw a recent advertisement for it.
Yep. The business is great. The business is going really well. Have you seen this? Can I borrow the paper and pen?
It's right in front of you.
Okay, fantastic. I hate this stuff, but okay. This symbol, and I'll draw the symbol that we saw in the painting.
She takes it back, looks at it. It's popped up every now and again on some walls. Why?
They're the ones nudging in on your business. And they may or may not have directly threatened me.
And you want me to take care of them because
No,
they
I
threatened
just-
you, or because they're muscling
I
in?
just want you to be aware of it.
Okay.
And that if this symbol is in certain places, that maybe avoid those places.
Just got your finger. And Tsunami walks over. She passes him the paper. He looks at it. Hands it back, nods his head and walks away.
Bubbles' eyes follow Tsunami everywhere it goes.
If it's within your grace to grant, but I know where you've seen it, so I can also avoid those places, I would like to remain alive, semi-alive.
Well, I've seen it in Rancho Coronado. I've seen it in Pacifica. I've seen it in downtown. But other than that, I just thought it was a bunch of kids with some spray paint.
It's very much not a bunch of kids with some spray paint. They're targeting against our kind.
Your kind.
Our kind.
Well, once more, none of mine have been affected by this.
Yet.
Yeah, that's true. But unlike you three, I was forewarned, so it'd be a lot harder to get to me than it will be to get to the three of you.
Anything to be of use.
And is that all you wanted to give me this information and then part ways, or did you want something for me for this information?
I'm not dead. I'll take that. Electra did try to threaten, at least, to shoot me through the jaw.
I'm surprised you
But
didn't.
it's within her right.
She has been very pissed off since you left. Bruja.
They're good at what they do.
Well, if that is all, then...
If
Oh, there's more.
if you do see them, or someone putting up the tags, would it be too much to ask if either Tsunami or Electra or anyone low level, or anyone you like, really, just send me a pic?
Could send you their head.
Not of the person, I hope.
Why would I not send you the head of someone who's muscling into my business? You want their head?
Oh,
You
I
want them
thought you meant
dead.
our people. I thought you meant our people. Yes, absolutely. Go ahead and send me their head. That's great.
And you too. Is this what you want? Or is there something else that you've come here for?
I just came here to support my friend.
That's adorable.
I'm an adorable bitch.
I can tell.
I'm here for Lacey, nothing more.
Well, it looks like you've gathered yourself quite a little following. I assume your little cookies have something to do with that?
Anastasia hasn't had me yet, as far as I know, and I've offered some to my beautiful little apple bloom over here, but as far as I can tell, nothing.
Anastasia and
I'm just
Applebloom.
charming.
Your names are Anastasia and Applebloom?
Yes.
The tower makes us take new names.
Unfortunate.
Hmm.
Alright. Well, it would be remiss of me to let you part here without a gift, so I will give the three of you a gift. It's been some time since you had this one, Lacey. As she talks, Arcane, the handsome man with the brown hair and the brown jacket, walks in. And in his hand he has a silver goblet.
You're too kind, Rex.
I know. She puts her hand on wrist over the goblet and cuts her wrist deeply with a long thumbnail. and her blood and vitae pour into the goblet. Once it fills, she then passes it to you, Lacey. Drink. And it is sweet. It is delicious. Pass it to the other two.
Oh shit, I'll look at Lacey.
Do I have to? I kind of a little
Pass
selfish.
it.
Are you willing to take the consequences of what happens when my clan finds that blood bond? I assure you I get checked.
Oh, I'm sure you do, but I have ways of dealing with your clan.
Your head, not mine.
Pass
This
it.
is- Rex, this is kind of what I need. I'm saying you're making it harder to do the thing you asked me to do.
She looks you directly in the eyes. And she's going to use Mesmerize on you. Okay, so fun times. Discipline use on Childer. Never a good time.
Nope.
So she uses Mesmerize on you, and you need to roll me your intelligence and resolve.
Okay, here we go. Hey, but I get at least one dice back because now my blood bond is back. That fucking jumps.
Mm-hmm.
Be still failure.
You feel this command echo in your brain. And without even blinking, without even thinking, you hand this cup straight to Sybil.
Appreciated. Sable clocks the entire thing.
And you feel as that blood courses through your veins, that vitae, that sweet, sweet vitae. Reduce your hunger to 1.
Ooh.
That was greedy. She holds her hand out towards you. Hand me the cup. She does the same thing again. And bleeds just a little bit less into the cup. Rex is getting hungry. And she passes the cup to Bubble.
This really isn't my vintage, you know.
Oh, I'm sure it's to everyone's vintage.
She shoots a look at Lacey that is, we will fucking talk about this later. And then drinks.
And as that vitae coats the back of your throat and into your body, it is nearly intoxicating. Your mind swims with thoughts and feelings, and you could easily go for some more. You all could. But you see as Arcane walks around the table and grabs the goblet off you and walks away. Well, now you're all disciples in one way or another.
Yippee.
Congratulations. Normally we'd jump you in, but as I want the three of you to walk out of here without a bruise on you, I think you can go now.
Pepper will stand and walk directly to the elevator.
Yeah, Sable will make sure Lacey's okay, and as long as Lacey's on her way out, Sable will go.
I'll be right there.
Okay. Be safe. Yeah, she'll head out then.
What?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Don't disappoint me, child.
Gives me a target.
Nix. I want my
Is it a
sister
coterie?
dead.
I can't promise you Nix's head on a spike.
Then don't promise me. Deliver.
That is a big ask, sire.
I know. But I'm sure you're up for it.
I am not sure I am.
And then don't come back until you are. I have a war to fight.
Who are we benefacting from exactly, so I know who not to piss off?
Friends of mine from a long time ago.
Understood. And she'll go.
And as the three of you get up and walk towards the elevator, Lacey meets the two of you there. You are once more joined by Tsunami, his dog, as well as Arcane, the one who was holding the goblet. Tsunami hands you back your backpack, hands you your butterfly knife and your gun, and waits with you as the elevator doors open. He then gets into the elevator with you. So does Arcane. And it begins to go down the stairs. Do the three of you say anything?
Not a fucking word.
As the floors go by in utter silence and the doors open on the bottom floor, Tsunami and Arcane do not make a move to go outside.
Just before exiting the elevator, Bubble will turn around to Tsunami and go, "Did you also receive the invitation?"
He stares at you for a second. What invitation?
That's a no, thank you, and turns around and walks out.
As the three of you walk out onto the courtyard floor, the elevator closes and begins to go up. What do the three of you do now?
Around the corner. Quickly, quietly, with smiles.
And the three of you walk out of the mega building into the rain and around the corner. There are still people on the street and their cars driving by, but no one is paying attention to the three of you.
It could have gone better.
Vomit.
Gladly.
Is that how that works?
Vomit. Unless you want to be bonded to her.
I've already swallowed the vitae.
Is it a one-time thing? Seriously?
Not the me. Hopefully never for you.
Barble's demeanor shifts in a second, and she's going to try and shove Lacey up against a wall.
Okay. Is Lacey going to resist?
Nope.
No need to roll.
What the fuck was that? We had a plan. You work to the plan. Not only did you not work to the plan, you put all three of us in danger. And you thought that was the opportune time to reveal that you're a fucking sleeper agent? You're a fucking liability!
Then snap my neck and throw me in the sun.
No, because you're my fucking liability. If I snap your neck, I'm out on my head.
Are you done?
Oh, I am not even close, but I am done with you right now.
And how would you have done it differently?
Well, I wouldn't have walked up to the fucking front door.
What other option do you see, Babel? I asked you when we came up. I asked you before.
No, this was your gig. This was your operation. You gave me zero intel. We made a plan on zero
I had
intel.
zero intel, Babel. I gave you what I had.
Are you fully bloodbound to her, Lacey?
No. I'm addicted to it, and I have gone without her blood for going on 2 years now. I wanted out, so I got out.
Sure doesn't sound that way.
Then it's working.
Maybe you should let the people in on the little story first before you just dump them in the deep end.
I didn't exactly expect her to know all three of us were coming in, to be fair.
I said they saw all of the... They saw everything. They saw us pull up. They saw everything.
What could we have done? Babel?
I could have gone into a different building before you guys showed up here. I could have hacked the system. I could have kept an eye on you. I couldn't have done anything, but I could have kept an eye on you, and I could have gotten intel. I was fucking useless in there. I've got one particular set of skills. I don't know if you've noticed, but being personable isn't one of them.
You impressed her.
Yay. Mummy's proud.
It sucks, doesn't it?
What?
Having one skill and then being useless.
I'm very rarely useless, so I'm just finding out.
Yeah. I know the feeling.
You talk a really good game, but at the end of the day, you're as much a fucking wash-up as the rest of us. No offense.
I didn't plan to be anything else. Yeah, I talk a big game. It's what I'm good at. Yeah, she thinks I'm a sleeper agent. How much intel did I give her that we actually matter? That we actually care about?
Here's the thing. I don't know what we care about and what we don't, because we keep getting sent on these fucking shopping missions. I don't know what the game is, so I don't know what's important and what isn't.
Then what do you think is important? What do you, Babel, think is important? What do you think the Camarilla keeps asking us to do? What do you think is going on?
I'm not sure you want the answer to that because it's unfathomably large.
Yeah, everything about this is large, and we are tiny fucking dust specks.
There's a big
But
wave coming. There's a big wave, bigger than that tsunami up there. There's a big wave coming.
Say that again. Say that again.
There's a big wave coming.
And who's up there?
A tiny tsunami.
Tsunami's the one who told me about the benefactor. Just so you know. Tsunami's the one who didn't seem terribly surprised or angry that I was there.
So what, you're playing both sides now?
I play my side. I play the side that keeps me alive, safe, and toward my goal. The Camarilla will not advance me there. The Anarchs will not advance me there. I will. And right now, the Camarilla is not trying to kill me or everyone around me.
Are you sure about that?
Right now, there are assholes with crossbows doing that. Tsunami failed to mention that they had seen it when I asked that particular symbol. And who did she hand the symbol off to? Now you can call me a liar and I will take it because it is true. I'm a liar. I'm a very good fucking liar. And I told you that flat out when we first met. I'm good at strength. I'm good at lifting. I'm good at lying. You're good at tech. You're good at sneaking. You're good at intellect. Sable's good at making sure everything stays where it needs to be and people see what they need to see. Hero is good at so many other things. We all fit the other's weaknesses. Unfortunately, we're just learning really shitty ways of what those weaknesses are. Now here's another tidbit that I found out tonight. I didn't know Rex and Nyx were siblings. And now I do. And their benefactor is someone Rex used to, quote, be old friends with.
How old is Rex?
Lizzie does not know that.
Orators don't tell, unfortunately. We're prideful fuckers. But it's not unfindable.
That'll be useful.
Sybil,
The secrecy, that is.
can I have a wits occult from you?
4 successes.
What you just witnessed upstairs with Arcane and that goblin, it's very similar to some forbidden rituals that members of a different sect used to use. Very familiar from what the books and stories you know, very familiar to what the Sabbat used to use to control packs. The Verniculum.
Does your sire have any Sabbat connections?
Not that Lacey is aware of.
Oh, yeah. I think so. Not direct ones, but there's a reason I knew she was likely connected and had an interest in this. It sours my fucking tongue to say it. Trafficking. She's a supplier. It wouldn't surprise me if she sells there too.
What
It's
she
smart. Oh, go ahead.
what she did with us reeks of what I've read was an old ritual of theirs. Be an interesting thing for her to pick up.
There's a reason I want it out.
I see.
But you don't just leave.
You should eat
So
her.
Hmm?
You should eat her.
I'll get there, I'm sure.
It'll be healthier.
Oh, one cup at a time.
Indeed.
I couldn't leave straight out, so I did the next best thing. I lied.
Something you're apparently very good at.
Never lied about that. Now, are you done yelling at me?
For tonight.
I look forward to the next time. Since we're being so honest, what did you do to me?
Stopped you from
Babble.
you were
I'm in no-
jeopardizing the mission. I made sure you couldn't anymore.
I'm in no position to lash out at you, nor will I.
I don't know that, and you're very strong.
You have me pinned to a wall willingly, dear.
And when it's unwillingly, and I'll drop my hands.
What did you do to me? I want to hear you say it.
Will it make you feel better?
Yes.
Okay, I burned you.
Thank you. Was that so hard?
Yes.
Well,
Again,
I'm sorry.
I'm supposed to be looking after everybody and feel good about doing it. I don't feel particularly good about burning you, but needs must.
Needs must. Do I look particularly peeved?
Not right now, you don't. It's my experience these things have a way of festering and cropping up later on.
You literally just drank a cup of my sire's blood. I think we're even.
Not willingly.
I didn't exactly get burned willingly. Look, you and I both know how shitty this side of the tracks is.
I don't think it's much better the other side either.
I agree, but can we at least agree that walking down the middle right now is at least the safest path? Even if we have to jump out of a bullet train's way every once in a while.
Tonight we can.
Fair enough. Now, Sable, do you want to shove me up against a wall because apparently it's becoming a theme?
I'm good. Thank you.
Right. We have our intel. We have what we came for. Yes? No? Maybe?
So, home again like the good little Camarilla sluts we are.
Oh, honey, shake that ass all the way back to the towers.
Can I not?
This time.
Thanks. You're so gracious.
I'll let you raid my closet.
I'd really rather not.
Why? We're both pink. We're fine.
No. No.
Well, now I get to tell Nyx that her sister says hi.
That'll be fun.
Oh, you have no idea.
Don't you think he'll be caught eventually playing both sides?
Oh, Nyx knows.
All right. Easy
How do you
enough.
think I got permission?
Fair enough.
Nyx is the only one I'm not playing right now. Except for you two. You two
that's
are
fine.
never gonna play.
I like that it came as an addendum.
Well, it's just it was more, in my brain, it's just an accepted fact. And after that, I figured I better affirm.
I'm a Tremere. I assume if someone's not playing me, then we're not friends.
No.
It's all just a game, folks.
Well, let's tic-tac-toe our way home, shall we?
Sounds good.
Tag, you're it. And I'll just walk back to the front of the mega building and I'll call a cab.
And do you all go your separate ways this evening?
Yeah.
Each of you getting into your respective cabs. Does Sable phone a cab or does she call a ghoul?
Yeah, she phones a cab ghoul. A ghoul cab.
Ghoul cab.
Tremere car. Beep beep.
And each of your respected cars arrive and you all go your separate ways. I assume some of you go shopping for outfits. Some of you just simply go back to your haven. How does each of you feel as you arrive home? Let us start with you, Babel.
Babel is still very angry and very much needing to harm something. Is very upset with how the evening went. Still unsure about Lacey. Is finding none of the facts are matching up and is just exceedingly frustrated and starts taking her frustration out on one of the mannequins that she has just dotted around her haven.
Lacey, as you arrive at your haven after having shopped and bought a new dress, how does she feel?
First thing she's going to do is take a long scrub shower. Everything off, everything gone. She feels scared. She doesn't know what's going to happen next. She feels that where the pieces align for her and the information makes sense, the more hopeless she becomes that anything can actually be done. So she's trying to figure out where safe haven Billy will be when shit hits the fan and who she can take with her.
And Sable, as you arrive at the Tremere Chantry, how do you feel?
She gets back into her room as quickly as possible. The situation in which she was deferring to an anarch left her entire beast and morality kind of fucked. So currently she is trying to get her beast under control and try to go back to blending in. But this is one of those times she feels very far from human.
And that is where we end this episode. The night before Elysium, with members of the coterie questioning their humanity, their situations, and their allies. How does a tower fall? One brick at a time. Well, we hope you have enjoyed tonight's episode, because I know I certainly have. And we will once more go around the table and introduce everyone and say our goodbyes. I have been Mike, your storyteller, and I thank you once more for coming, joining, and screaming at the television for Lacey, don't do that, because I know I was. Babel.
Why is it my fault?
It's always your fault. Hi, I've been playing Barbel. My name is Nephthys Nile. You can find me around pretty much everywhere as Nephthys Nile. Yeah, I've been playing your Malkavian Netrunner who's got maybe a little anger management issue and a few too many personalities to pull on.
Lucy.
Hey, this has been #LoveLacey. My name is Shelby, or Saber. You can find me pretty much everywhere with Strange Currents. It has been an absolute pleasure being your problem.
And Sable.
Hello, everybody. I am Zero Lilia. I portrayed Sable, sane and stable, and I was very excited to be able to be completely normal with you all tonight. And we had no issues, and nothing bad happened.
No, nothing bad ever happens. So once more, from us to you, thank you for joining us. And as always, if you can't keep it clean, Neff finishes off.
Keep it spooky.
There we go. See y'all later.
Wee.